listen to RealSense. This is a new technology by Intel. So let's give a warm round of applause to Nando Sonar. Nando, welcome.
Hello everybody, and thank you for warm welcome. I'm Nandkishor Sonar. I'm software application engineer at Intel, and I'm managing customers on technical side and working on technologies and platforms, Intel platforms, where customers can come and utilize their technology on Intel platform such as IoT and RealSense. I'm not a gamer, to be honest with you, but I love game if and only if that game is intuitive, it is creating a fun and joy, and it is creating a positive feeling inside me so that I can enjoy it. So I hope you understand my feeling. With that, I'm going to introduce you to what is RealSense and what it is going to bring as a gaming industry. What it is going to bring for you guys here. So let's start with that one. How many of you have used RealSense? Maybe few people? Okay. How many of you have heard about RealSense so far? Wow. So what is RealSense? I'm going to cover this stuff that I'm going to give quick introduction. I will show you various hardware. Some of you might have actually gone through creative demos outside, and we'll go into a couple of modules, their usages, and I will give you some hints about how you can utilize the power of RealSense inside creating your game, and if time permits and if automatic permits, we'll have a Q&A session. So what is RealSense basically? What do you think? It is going to bring a natural, interactive, and immersive stuff in your game, where it includes your touch, your senses like touch, your eyes, your ears, your speech, all that stuff as a human brain. If it brings in, that will be the real. That will be the RealSense. That's what we say. So in terms of RealSense, we have product like F200, which is front facing, and SR, which is a short range, and R200 is the rear facing. So these are the camera currently available. So you can see this is R200 camera, and another camera is front facing camera. You can see this. Oh, it is doing automatic. Okay, so with these devices, the opportunity for the developer in terms of gaming is that you can take advantage of all the SDK features, software development kit feature, and increase the power of your game. So going ahead, let's see what is inside actually this camera. So this is front-facing camera, and the specification for this camera, you can see from there. It has two wire camera, one RGB camera with 2 megapixel, and it works on 4th gen hardware or better hardware on Intel platform. Similarly, these devices are currently available on 3.Intel, and you can buy these for $129. And you can. This is basically for developer to start their development. And for some devices, it is already integrated in the devices like HP Spectrum. How it works? It works on the coded light technology, where two wire cameras, they send the code and then they receive the code in the same way, and that way 2 wire camera plus 1 RGB camera, it forms a depth plus RGB image, and then all the calculations are done at the hardware, and you don't have to spend that time in the calculation, and you will get that image so that you can process for your game. Similarly, this R200, it works on stereo vision technology, and specifications are almost same, but only check the difference over here that this is the effective range, that is distance between you, the camera and object, needs to be within this range, 0.2 meter to 1.2 meter, whereas for this long range camera, the effective range is between 0.6 meter to 3.5 meters. Okay. Yes, so what is there in this technology is that we have, as I mentioned, that we have peripheral camera, and Intel is basically focusing on peripheral camera currently, as well as some of the devices. They are already integrated, as I mentioned. Front facing is here and rear facing is here. Another good news is that Intel RealSense development robotic kit. We have bundled up this with R200 camera, and this is a small cherry trail based device where you can connect it on USB 3 port, and you can develop robotic related stuff with this one. This is another open source project which is basically developed for IoT robotics based on this kit as well, and you can use this for that sort of development. RealSense development kit, RealSense SDK. This is free tool where you can build natural interface using most of the algorithms which are ready to build for you. And which are those? I will go into detail in next slides. So, as a game developer, you can utilize power of this perceptual computing RealSense SDK and build your own applications. This is based on Windows 8. It supports the platform Windows 8 and Windows 10 and Android also there. This also supports various languages, C++, C#, Java and JavaScript, which is more popular for most of the game developer. And it provides multiple algorithms, which I'm going to talk in detail. It supports usage model within a single application between applications, so you can have multiple applications running at the same time. Also, it supports popular game engine like Unity, Unreal, and OpenFrame, and this is another open source programming language which is basically built for electronic art. This is open source, and it includes IDE as well. Let's go into detail about what are the modules which can be supported by front facing as well as rear facing. So with raw, basically you can get raw depth image from both of the camera, and you can utilize raw depth image for creating your own characters, and you are free to develop your own algorithms from this raw database. Block tracking. Block tracking is basically you can use your hand movement, you can track it. Face tracking. Once you lock your face, you can track that face throughout your scenes. Object tracking similar to once you track that once you lock that object, you can track it throughout your scene perception. Person tracking is also possible. Speech recognition in order to do the touchless. Voice control. You can utilize the features of speech recognition and synthesis. 3D face. Have anybody tried the scanning face demo outside? How many of you have done successfully? Okay, great. Good to see you on that one. Hand tracking. There was also demo on hand tracking with 22 points. We'll talk more about hand tracking. Background segmentation is really good in terms of background segmentation. You can utilize you can shade out the background of the scene. For example, personified Twitch applications. This background segmentation is very useful. The QS control is there. Some of the features are common in both, but to take power of R200s, you can have head, body scanning as well as scene perception is a new in this one, and depth-enabled photography, where you can take a picture and you can measure the length of item here. Object recognition. I will talk more about object recognition soon. So let's see some front-facing usages. In front-facing usages, there are 78 points on your face which could be captured with depth, and those will be very useful for your pose, your expression, your recognition. On top of that, you can get estimated heart rate so that you can put your emotion in game. You can see if the person whom you are playing with a game, your friend, if he's happy, if he's frustrated, if he's going to be that expression will be useful for you to identify what are the during your gameplay. Eye tracking, you can these are the position you can check: eye up, down, left, right, top, bottom. So with these 78 points on your face, you can do lot many things. So how could we utilize this in terms of VR and AR applications? So I would like to give some of the examples here. With front-facing camera, there is a real perspective open source which could be available on this side, GitHub. That has used actually all these head positions where you can identify X, Y, Z locations, and then you could see how nice it is in terms of playing. I just want to show this one. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically based on your head position in front of camera. SR300 in front of this camera. The person is moving his head and then showing this fidelity basically. So this is based on positioning coordinate, face position in the world coordinates. And this is utilizing all your head position and moving the scene of the game according to your head position. Okay. Another thing you can do with this is face expression based on these your 7, 8 landmarks. You can have face points, and you can create avatar like this. It recognizes your hand as well, and face expression which are in front of this one. So tongue out, then you blow your cheeks, your eyes. Your eyebrows as well. So I think with this effect you can definitely make your games very interactive and very immersive. That is what is the message. Okay. Moving ahead on hands you can have with 22 joint skeleton here. You can detect both sides of your hand. It detects left hand, right hand, and we have some predefined hand gestures when you can say thumbs up means okay, thumbs down means not okay. So those all predefined gestures could be immersed into your game, so that your games could be touchless. Okay, and it could detect all the fingers. Alright, if you are very curious to do development, this is just what you need. You just need this RealSense camera, front-facing, and RealSense SDK, which is free. It has its own API, where you can easily program it. Unified game engine, head content display, such as Oculus Rift, and this is how to do that step by step is given here, which I could possibly show you in this. And one of these. Let's say is my, yeah. So this is all those steps are here. You can do step by step how to configure Oculus Rift for this, which gives you, in conjunction with RealSense camera, you can create nice nice demos in VR field. Okay. Moving ahead, let's switch to this rear facing. In AR field, this is really interesting. You can utilize object recognition, depth enabled, photography and videography. The middleware is there for you to develop your applications. It also detects object, and there are multiple objects. I will tell you in detail which are objects. Another use case is that you can measure. This is the measurement and capability. I know this is not relevant to game, but I would like you to consider this option. Maybe inside game you could possibly utilize this concept creatively to measure few things. And let me show how it does on the spot with this middleware. So sorry for this small video. I cannot expand this one. So by detecting this object, it is giving you the dimension of that object on the spot. So this is measurement middleware. So this is based on R200 camera, which is rear facing. This way you can utilize RealSense R200 camera feature where you could measure something and then imagine you can utilize this in your game. Another AR application which I would like to show you is 3D object. This is a really good demo. I like this one. This is one of my favorite. So you might have seen this before. Toysy is our customer where you can. They have created small demo in VR. This is the background is actually you are emulating your game inside your background. So I'll use it there. Include it. Yeah. So in actual real background, you are playing this game, and this is based on Windows as well again, and it is utilizing RealSense SDK features. So what you need is just this camera, RealSense SDK, and you can develop this kind of games, interactive games. Okay. And this is another demo where you can. This is basically full decor. You can change.
Hey guys, this is a tutorial for our home decor demo app Interior. Before we show the
but
demo,
you can imagine that how you can change
please make
your
sure
objects inside your games.
About 3 by 3 meters should be fine. You'll also need a floor, at least one wall, and some details in the background to help the tracking solution track better. To start the demo, tap the Create a New Design button in the main menu. Stand at the distance of about a meter and a half from the wall, and hold it down in the natural position color.
Sorry about that.
And also, delete the selected item. You can continue your work while sitting down by tapping the snapshot button. This will freeze the current color image, but everything else will continue to work as usual. The last design you made will also be saved for next time, until you hit the snapshot button again. To open your last saved snapshot,
So you can move object here and there. Okay. For AR, it provides more hand tracking, block tracking, face tracking, object tracking, and person tracking, where you can utilize. there is one more demo which is not related to health, but not related to game, but this is body scanning. Due to time, I will have to go to next point. This is important from a gaming perspective that you can change background of background like shading contents, like personify is one of the good example. Shading your workspace where you can, in Office you can have graphs here, and then you can point out that what is happening, how much cell is going on, and what is happening here. In terms of video chat, teleconferencing like Google, you can change your background. You can track your hands as well here. To make it more immersive, you can utilize speech recognition, speech synthesis, and this one also supports Java speech grammar format as well as this. So you don't need to go to the internet for the translation as well, and it supports 8 languages out of the box. Okay. In terms of person tracking, this is really cool that you can detect the person, you can track person throughout your scene. You can change. You can see this is actually the person face, but this hand is actually animated hand. Okay, so you can do this kind of combination in this. You can track the body parts like head, hand, and various parts of body here. Head, hands, and center mass. These can be identified. You can identify specific person if this is really cool. This was really cool demo in one of the session that you can, in terms of VR, you can say that okay, let me fly this bird towards this person, so that actually identifies towards that person. Object recognition. In terms of object recognition, this R200 camera, this is specific to the world-facing camera, and we have recently released our R2 release 2 2016 of RealSense SDK, and this is currently supporting 75 object recognize out of the box, and these are the some objects where you can just scan that object, and once you focus on that object, it will be typed and it will show that this is computer bag, this is box, this is refrigerator, or this is can. So that kind of text or some pictures will come on the screen. So, question to you: how you could utilize power of RealSense? Any guess? I can give you some hints. Here is what you can do. Basically, the facial expression, heart rate, use your real-time adaptivity during gameplay so that you can put feelings inside your game. Face and body reconstruction, you can integrate that into your game. Web background, as I mentioned, that personify and explicit is a great example where you could utilize potential of RealSense SDK. 3D avatar, as we have seen from this face read, you could utilize that 3D avatar in your game. Motion and hair pose, we have already seen an example of that. Object construction, integrate your object, as we have seen from outside that you can scan face and embed that face into the game. That could be possible here. Scene perception, make it a playground. Face, in terms of face recognition, we have seen already we have 78 points where you can scan your, where you can get your face, and based on those line marking, you can perform animation. Walk tracking and hand cursor, I do have a great example for that. Let's see some of this in action. So this is basically from hand tracking and block. This is really easy to implement. This is how you can make your game interactive. Let me proceed a little bit faster. Another good example, my colleague here, Oli, who is present, luckily, here, and he is lucky to play really nice games of racing, car racing, and he's having this SR300 camera plugged on top of this steering wheel, and this is used for head motion. Okay, thank you. So based on head motion, you can see how it is useful. Okay, so that same perception is changing according to this head motion. Come on, fast, hurry. So this gives you more intuitive or natural interaction between where you are moving your head, your scenes are changing. Well done. And this is another demo which you might have seen outside, where you can embed your face. This is my colleague Zavia, who has embedded his face after scanning, and this is immersed into this game. So message here is that utilize potential of RealSense SDK and make your game interactive, immersive, and differentiate your game using potentials of RealSense. That is all I have today, and thank you very much for listening. You do have last but not least, you can get more information on these links and detail of the devices if they are available for the same. Thank you. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Please feel free to contact me. I'm outside at booth, Intel booth. So thank you much again.